Were Barcelona robbed in El Clasico of a 6-2 victory? Ooh, the referees once again showing why they are a disgrace to the league and to the profession of the sport, and once again favoring Real Madrid. But this time, it's not their fault. It's not Real Madrid's fault. It's the fault of Real Madrid TV. What is going on, guys? Welcome back to E8 Football. I'm your boy Ethan, and welcome to this time's second edition of the Culer Club. This is where I give you all the news relating to Barcelona, transfer news, match news, lineup changes, injuries, anything relating to Barcelona. And yeah, today we're going to go over the match that happened yesterday, potential transfer rumors, this Barcelona season because it's looking to be wrapped up just like that. And we're going to be looking over performances in the last match, all sorts of stuff. So let us get started. I'm going to start with the referees because I feel like that is the most controversial part of this video. It was bad again. It was another bad one, another stinker, and it's genuinely shocking to see this happen because I know the rules, you know the rules. It was genuinely terrible to watch. The first goal shouldn't have been a goal because Mbappe was flagged offsides and should have been flagged offsides, and there should have been a foul on Lamine Yamal before the first goal. And it was so obvious, yet they somehow didn't see it. Okay, fair enough. I will take that one. They could have not canceled the goal for Real Madrid. Let's move on. The red card. I have seen this in the Premier League way too much, where there is a player that is going to get the ball, and if that defender is the last man and they foul him, it's a red. Rafinha has the ball. There is clearly no defender in the way. Only Tchouaméni. There's no one catching up behind him. Tchouaméni fouls him. No red. Okay. Fair enough again. All right. Real Madrid should be at least 2 goals up, 1 goal up with a man sent off. Then we get to the handball decision. Tchouaméni hands the ball in the box and denies a goal-scoring opportunity that would have been scored by Rafinha. They go to the monitor and they say no penalty because apparently Tchouaméni couldn't do anything to react to the ball. And I get it. The ball was kicked straight at his hands. But later during the game, Fermín López scored an absolutely world-class goal. And guess what it got canceled for? Inadvertently hitting him on the hand when he couldn't really do anything. And they canceled the goal. So why did you cancel that goal but not give us a penalty? What the fudge is going on? Like, this is absurd level of refereeing. And don't even get me started on what the referee said after the goal for Fermín got disallowed. He said, "Thank goodness." If that doesn't show you corruption, I don't know what does. Real Madrid TV, stop doing this, bro. It's literally not making the league fun. Every other team hates it. I'm not blaming Real Madrid, the club. I am blaming Real Madrid TV. Stop bullying the referees. Come on, make the game fair. Even though the referees still sucked anyways in La Liga. But let's move on. I was recently looking back at the game, because I did watch the game, but not as much. And the commentary I was listening to was so bad. and it was Steve McManaman. Now, Steve McManaman is biased. Very, very biased. And he's biased towards Real Madrid. I'm not attacking Real Madrid here. I'm attacking ESPN and Steve McManaman for commentating this game so badly. The whole time, he was just criticizing Barcelona and criticizing Real Madrid and saying, oh, the game is, in my age, the game wasn't played like this. Grow up. This is the new age of football. This is how the game is played. Yes, the defenses on both teams were shocking, but that's football. If your defenses aren't prepared, then it's going to be a goal fest. And here he is criticizing every single play from each team. Commentators are not supposed to criticize. They're supposed to say what's going on in the game, not criticize. Stop criticizing the teams. That's for the fans and for every other aggregator to do, not for the commentators to do. Do not criticize the teams. That just shows. It's just terrible to watch. And the commentator yesterday was so bad. It was so bad. Steve McManaman, you need to be fired from commentating jobs at ESPN. Because, Jesus, it was hard to watch. It was hard listening to his squeaky voice, commentating every single time, and criticizing Barca and Madrid. Just stop. It's just really bad to listen to. And I'm not the only one who agrees with that. I'm going to go over a few things about the game as well. Not just the referees and the freaking terrible commentary, but Eric Garcia. We have to give him his flowers. Because he destroyed Vinicius Jr. on that left-hand side. And it's Eric Garcia. Eric plays center back. And the way he took care of Vinicius Jr. was incredible. Not even our center backs could take care of him. Back then, during El Clasico, we would put Araujo on Vinny's side just to take care of him, and he would dust him. The way Eric Garcia dealt with Vinicius Jr. was crazy. That's like saying, okay, I have Lamine Yamal. He's going up forward. We're going to put Tchouaméni on his side. And I'm using Real Madrid just this as an example. We're going to put Tchouaméni on his side. Or we're going to put Tchouaméni on Rafinha's side. Whenever Lamine Yamal or Rafinha go against Tchouaméni or Lucas, what do you think is going to happen? The answer is they're going to get dusted. But for some reason, Vinicius Jr. could not get past Eric Garcia. And you really have to give him his flowers. I think in player ratings yesterday, I gave him a 7.5. I might have gone higher because it was a really good performance from him. And people wanted him gone, and I said this yesterday, but people wanted him gone and sold. But he's just an all-around good player that we need depth. We need good people to fortify the bench and even get some starting positions when players get hurt. So I feel like Eric Garcia fits that role perfectly. And I don't know why people were trying to sell him when in reality he was this good. I hope he continues to do it at center back, at midfield, at defense, wherever they play him. Because his relentless, he has such a way of interchanging plays whenever he gets placed in every position that it works really well. He's been one of our better players towards the end of the season. Barcelona this season. Speaking about the season, it's almost done. And it's just incredible to see Barcelona play this well. Hansi Flick has really revitalized his team, and he's changed us so dramatically. From removing Araujo to placing De Jong and Pedri in that midfield, not in the front line, to the installment of Dani Olmo, to the absolute revitalization of Rafinha, to the emergence of Lamine Yamal. He's absolutely revitalized this team. Before under Xavi, Real Madrid and Atletico fans were wanting us to keep Xavi because of how bad we were playing. And it was bad. I'm not going to lie. It was not very great. Us under Xavi was a mess and a hodgepodge of absolute garbage. But when we play under Hansi Flick, we play united, and we play a different style of football that most other teams can't possibly deal with. And you could see it in the Champions League. We made the semifinal. And we're going to win La Liga. We're going to win Copa del Rey. We could have won a quadruple this season because of the way we were playing. He has really changed this team, Hansi Flick. And his final record stays intact of never losing a final. It's genuinely mind-blowing. And this Barcelona this season has been candy to watch. Eye candy at the best. Even that semifinal where we lost was a beautiful match to watch. All the Clásicos have been great. If you watch Barcelona, you're in for a fun ride because we have been so thrilling to watch recently, and that's what Barcelona fans have missed for a long time. And so Barcelona, we've got a good future ahead. We've really got a good future, and I can't wait to see what happens. Let's go over one of the main factors going over this entire season, why we've been so great. The offside trap. I think Barcelona have like 200 people played offsides. Let me just check just in case. No, go away, Siri. I don't want you. So yeah, we've played so many people offsides that it has worked so very well. Over 200 people offsides. I think that's probably 50 over the next team that has played people offsides in Europe. And whilst it was very good at the start, near the end it started to collapse a little bit, but only because, one, we were tired, and two, we had some injuries, so the line couldn't be held well. Koundé and Balde were really good at holding the line before, but they got injured before. And the line really, really changed the way we play. Not the way we play. Changed the way the others played into our hands. Because Barcelona always utilized the line. And they forced the forwards way back into the midfield. And that's what makes teams so vulnerable. Because when forwards are in the midfield, they start to mess around with the midfielders. And Barcelona can take advantage of that. Because we have Pedri, the midfield maestro, and Frenkie de Jong, who are both good at controlling the ball. And the offside trap has been really good. But when it goes wrong in the worst way possible. You saw that against Benfica. We conceded 4 goals in the Champions League. You saw that against Dortmund, the 3-1. Inter, twice. Real Madrid in the past 2 matches. And Atletico. We actually did concede a lot of goals to those teams. But that's only if it goes wrong. If it goes right, which is pretty much the entirety of the season, then we look like probably the best team in Europe. And it's a bit of a risky gamble with the offside trap, but that's football, is it? Just gamble, and we'll see what this lineup does, and we'll see what this does against this team. Now, Hansi Flick has a whole summer without the Club World Cup, because we're not in it, thank goodness. But he has a whole summer to work out what he wants. He has a summer of signings that he'll make. Has a whole summer of anything that he will choose to do with this Barcelona team, and I am ready for it. He has all the time in the world to do whatever he wants with this Barcelona team. We will see what happens, but hopefully we continue to play this well. We'll just have to see what happens in the future. Let's see what else I have on my notes. Transfer news. There's not that much transfer news, and I wouldn't really mind not that many transfers this season because, once again, we have been incredible this season, and I know we're still not very liquid with money, but I don't really see us making any statement signings this season or this summer transfer window because of how good we've been in terms of like overall results and performances. We have someone good in every position, even goalkeeper. Chesney and Ter Stegen, once they get fit over the summer, will be really good. And so I don't see many transfers happening to Barcelona, but with the few I see over here, we've got a potential Rashford transfer to Barca. I don't want Marcus Rashford at Barcelona. I've seen him at Manchester United because I watch Manchester United. All he brings is his PR team and a load of PR that I don't want. I mean, Barcelona already have a ton of PR. We have a lot of terrible news outlets that always spout stuff about us, and I really do not want Marcus Rashford at this club. Because Rashford won't start over Rafinha, he won't start over Lamine Yamal, he won't start at striker. I don't think he's a good addition to Barca. I really don't. And I feel like we'll just be wasting money if we send Rashford to Barca, and I don't want that. So I don't want him here. We'll go for someone else, but I don't really think that I want him here. Anthony, no. Absolutely not. Barcelona are eyeing an Anthony deal. I don't want this at all. I don't know why we're looking at Manchester United flops, because I don't want any of them. And they'll just ruin the team and the locker room. Pedri recently has been wanted by Xabi Alonso, the new coach of Madrid. He said Pedri is a magician and that he would love to have him at Real Madrid, but it's impossible. Yes, it is. Stay away from our midfield maestro. He will never come to Real Madrid. He will stay for Barca forever. Hopefully. I don't want to jinx anything, because like I said, I've had jinxes before about Champions League matches. We've been linked to Leroy Sané. Honestly, I don't think that's a bad option. He's more or less like Rashford with the injuries and such, but we might be just trying to eye a backup winger. And I think Sané, in terms of like overall skill and stuff, is much better than Rashford. And I don't want Rashford. I'd prefer Sané over Rashford, despite the injuries and stuff, because he'd just be a backup. And he'd be a backup to Lamine and Rafinha, so I guess you could say yes to that. We're not linked to Ta anymore. Thank goodness, because I didn't want Ta either. From what I've seen him at Leverkusen, he's just been a regular center back of average caliber. And in terms of defensively, Bayer Leverkusen have not been very great this season, so I wouldn't mind not being linked to Ta anymore. I heard he's linked to Manchester United. Oh boy. So yeah, looking around, I really don't see any other Barcelona transfer links. I mean, I know De Bruyne's on the market, but I don't want Madrid's. I don't want De Bruyne at Barca either. So yeah, I think that'll be it for today's edition of Culer Club. I don't think there's much more news to go over, so that'll be it. Barcelona are so close to winning La Liga. I so hope that we get to win this La Liga. I know the women just won it again for the 9th time in a row, so good job to Barcelona Femini. It's 9th time, it was 6 times in a row. Yeah, I was wrong, sorry. But yeah, hopefully we win this La Liga because we pretty much do deserve it. So I will see you guys all in the next one. Bye-bye.